to talk about tonight, including XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Doge, and Shiba. Guys, welcome. CryptoWeatherman, welcome. Hopefully my TikTok is working, but welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I've been only TikToking for about 3 weeks now. I'm on week 3, and your page was one of the first ones that popped up, and I was like a sponge, just coming in there, learning everything that your expertise in these various cryptos. For those that don't know me, I am an economist, a research economist by trade. I've been day trading for approximately 14, 15 years, and for the longest time, I was a naysayer to crypto. I was in the stock market. But I'm adept at reading charts, and I realized that there was a lot more, gains to be made. Not to mention there were some really great projects in the crypto world. So I made the dive or the change about 1.5 years ago, and it's been a great journey. So I joined TikTok here to help people. You'll never see in my TikTok me telling you what a crypto does or the tech behind it. There's much smarter people that can talk about it. I am here to help people make decisions as to when to jump in and out of investments. And I am not right 100% of the time. Anybody that says that is lying. My short-term forecasts are somewhere around 70%. My long-term somewhere around 90%. But that's me in a nutshell. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited to go through these cryptos with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely awesome, guys. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys the ground rules first here. I'm going to expose all of the topics that we're going to go through, but you're going to have to wait till the end to get to all the good stuff. So make sure you guys stay with us the whole time. So right here, we have our introduction, as well as are we in a bear market? We're going to talk about that a little bit here. Our next topic is going to be XRP, guys. I know there's a lot of XRP people out there, especially with Elon doing all of this tweeting that we're going to talk about here real soon. Could XRP be that project that Elon's thinking about? We're going to look at XRP. The next thing we're going to look at is Cardano, guys. What's the Cardano ceiling? It could be crazy up, as you guys can see right up there with right above Tim's head. Dogecoin, guys. Could Dogecoin get to $1? We're going to chat about that. We have Shiba Inu, guys, the Doge killer. Or is it dead? We don't know. We're going to talk about it here soon. We got a couple Doge to the moons here. Good to see you guys in the chat. Finally, we're going to talk about Ethereum and Ethereum price prediction. That is a really big one. You've been really harping and all over that on YouTube or on TikTok, excuse me. And then the last little section that I like to do is buy or pass. And Tim, I'm going to ask you a few projects. We're going to go a little bit through CoinMarketCap, and I'm going to go ahead and say, at this price, what do you think? A buy or a pass? And I'll go ahead and give a little insight on that as well. We can go ahead and end the night with a little bit of Q&A, because a lot of people like that about both of our channels as well. They like to do that. So, and then we'll finally go into our closing thoughts, and that will be the show tonight, guys. So let's go ahead and get started right now. I'm going to go ahead and show a couple comments as we see them on YouTube. H-bar. Dean Brooke loves H-bar. And I know
so this is not this video. My whole H-barbarian community is telling me I need to post it. It's like it's mooning right now. It was trading at about 26 cents and went to 41 cents, and my heart was palpitating. I'm like, finally it came out. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Go to my TikTok. I got plenty of videos talking about H-bar there. Today we're here to talk about ADA, XRP, Doge, Shiba, and ETH. So
love it, Soon. Awesome. Let's get to it. First off, Crypto Weatherman Tim, what do you think? Are we in a bear market? Or in a bull market? Are we in a bull market or a bear market right now? With all of this negative news, people are getting mixed feelings. They have mixed feelings. A lot of people who've not been in the game very long are feeling really, really afraid right now. How are you feeling, and what do you think about the bull market or bear market?
So in general, I as an economist, I look at long-term trends, and you'll see some of here. My 1 year forecast is they're pretty big numbers, and what bases those decisions is what has ADA been doing since 2017? It's been gaining 0.62% every day on average. So that's taking the average of the highs and the average of those lows during even the December 2017 crypto winter. It averages all that out. So long term, I absolutely believe that these will still be, bullish. However, the short term, I made the Ethereum video and I got a lot of hate. The hate comments have stopped the last 2 days. Okay, it was at a bubble. It had to cool down. We're going to get to Ethereum a little bit later, and I'm going to discuss where I think it's going to go. However, I always say that long term is always a bull market. However, I think the short term kind of mindset bull market is coming to an end. I think there's going to be some severe corrections. We have inflation. You know, the biggest argument I get in the crypto world is that the US dollar is going to zero. Well, there are some coins that are printing, you know, continuously. So I mean, it's the same argument. We'll get to that one. And I also get the comment that the American economy is not the only player in crypto. And you're right. Cryptocurrency is international. However, if you look at the percent shareholders, I call them shareholders, for these cryptos, a big chunk is America. Okay, so if the American economy starts to tank, you can bet that you're going to see that impact the crypto world. And so when we had the inflation scares come out, you saw the capital gains tax come out. That was a flash crash for a day or two. Yes. I think that it's going to be a bumpy 6 months, you know, and it's, some people think that I hate Ethereum or hate Doge, and that's not the case. I just want, as a trader, I want people to take profits. And I saw Ethereum bubbling the other day, and that was the point. So that's how I feel about this bull market. I think it's coming to an end for a little bit.
Yeah. Are you in the camp of maybe seeing a little bull or a little bear market here? Maybe, are you thinking a month or 2 or 3, and then maybe getting back to it? Do you think this bull run may extend further than what we thought in terms of how long? There's a lot of people saying somewhere between late September, early November. Do you think this mini bear market might engulf a lot of the summer, maybe getting into the fall months? We see sort of the big boom. Is that kind of where the camp you're on?
I do. So as we see big institutional investors like JP Morgan, you know, Tesla's involved, as these big companies become more and more involved with the crypto market, it's going to, in my opinion, transform to behave more like the stock market cycles. And they're two totally different markets, but these whale investors are going to create some of the rules that they know and they're aware of. And so all these whales know that September is historically the worst month for stocks. And so what they do is they start pulling out before then. So I think around July or August, you're going to start seeing some more dumps happen, particularly with the big players. So that's kind of how I foresee the market. One caveat to that, though, is it's very cyclical. So we saw Bitcoin pump for a while, and then next came Ethereum. Now we're moving into the large cap, mid cap altcoin season. And we see that right now with ADA, XRP. They're doing relative, XRP is kind of holding steady. ADA is pumping right now. HBAR is pumping, and that's mostly because of the energy news. But it's altcoin season. We're shifting into that. But I think it's, you know, eventually it's going to come back to Bitcoin where you see it rise back up again. I just think the next 2 or 3 months is going to be hard to predict, and we're going to see some dumps.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very good insight there, Tim. Let's go ahead and get started with the heart of the show now. We're going to start here with XRP. Actually, there is a lot of XRP talk in the chats right now. Some people are saying it's amazing. Some people are saying it is the curse of crypto. How do you feel about XRP, Tim? Where do you see it headed, and how do you see this lawsuit playing out?
So in terms of like these projects, I never provide my feelings on XRP. I didn't put feelings into ETH. I didn't put feelings into Doge. I read numbers and I read how the economy is working out.
Yep.
XRP has a massive community behind it. It is one of the top players, whether you like it or not. And so that gives me confidence knowing that there's such a large community that will give it a price support. Short term, so a big date to keep in consideration is May 21st, XRP and the SEC will be talking to each other, and the SEC is looking for more documentation. And if you're unaware of what the whole argument is XRP is saying that it's a currency. The SEC is saying they're a security. So a currency is basically a store of value, you know, you buy goods, services with it. A security is something that you invest in and make money on. And so there's this argument as to which one it is. I think XRP is going to pull out of that as a winner. I mean, the SEC has really been struggling to prove a substantial case against them. The one negative side to that is it's the government. The government can move like frozen molasses. They can drag this out for years if they want to.
They sure can.
Which will make it crab sideways. So that's how I feel about it. The other comment I have about XRP is there's been a lot of discussion about energy in the crypto world. And if we got big players like Tesla, don't get me started, talking about, energy consumption, XRP is one of the lesser consumers. It only consumes approximately 0.0079 kilowatt hours per transaction. And to give you a comparison, Ethereum's at 55 and Bitcoin's at 250. So, I mean, it's a tiny fraction of it. You can't deny those numbers. Hedera hashgraph's 0.0001. So I had to throw that in. But in just terms of reading the numbers, I think until we get through this discussion with the SEC, my 7-day forecast, I put it somewhere around $1.50. I do think it's going to slowly go up because people are getting more confident that they're going to walk away from that SEC case. In my 1-year forecast, I put it at about 707. And if it was to reach $7, that would put its market cap around 248 billion, and number 3 on the crypto market cap list. My long-term vision, I'm going to stop talking about HBAR. I envision XRP and HBAR being competitors 10 years from now.
Yep.
I really feel that. I feel like they're going to be the Visa and the MasterCard 10 years. So, and that's I'm not saying HBAR is going to be number 1. I think that's how it's going to play out. So,
yep.
All right.
I believe that too. And absolutely, like the big thing that a lot of people don't like about the XRP, one of the things that they hate is the community is pretty, they're pretty polarizing. They are pretty tough when it comes to how they're just cultish. And I didn't want to say, I don't know if YouTube likes that word, but I will go ahead and say it anyway. But they're rather cultish. And a couple of guys in the chat are exactly defending XRP like crazy. The thing that people don't like is XRP is essentially decentralized. Now that is usually the only knock, one of the only knocks on HBAR as well. But with XRP's leadership, there are a few other things going in on XRP that I don't care for. Like I said, I am going to keep my personal feelings aside. In the 2K to 1 million challenge, I'm still holding XRP. I know if it settles, I know where the top of where XRP can go in an instant as soon as they settle, which I think they will. However, like I said, being a little more conventional in terms of wanting the ultimate out of cryptocurrency in terms of decentralization. That's one of the big knocks on XRP. The second thing, like I said, I think Jeb, which is one of the leadership, who's now the president of XLM, he is due to dump his last bag of XRP here very soon. That means that there's not going to be as much dumping going on, especially in the bear market. A lot of people who held XRP in the bear market absolutely got destroyed because they got dumped on in order for XRP to stay profitable. So overall, I think XRP is going to have a really good rest of this bull run here. If you'd say, I think I could see, I think you were at about 7, just over 7 for 1 year. I'm looking at just
1 year.
1 year, 7. I'm going to go ahead and be a little more of a moon boy. I'll say 10, about $10. That'd be about just over 3x of where their all-time high was. I think as soon as we come out of this, they come out of their SEC lawsuit, I think they'll hit their all-time high very, very quickly. And I think after that, I could see them do very well. There are a couple of projects that really do well in bull runs: Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, XRP, for just to name a few of those older projects. So I think XRP could do very well. Do I care for them personally? I don't. But like I said, I think they'll do all right. And I agree with you too. That $7 is a really good pick.
I like your comment about mooning a bit more to $10. So in the crypto space, you see these mass rises out of nowhere. I mean, a 25% gain in a day isn't crazy. So $10 is a very reasonable number. XRP, it's been around since 2014. It's gained an average of 0.47% every day since that point. So the 707 may be pretty conservative, if it has a really hot week or something. So $10 in a year, it's not a crazy number at all. And in fact, considering the community behind it, it could come a lot sooner. The math, it looks good, but it's a volatile world. I make it clear to people that the tides change fast. So
Absolutely. And I think there are only a few projects in cryptocurrency that I really give that cult coin to. And I think you could say that about XRP. I think you could say that obviously about Doge, because Doge is just going crazy and exceeding all of our expectations. I think even Elon's. I also think you have the Cardano. There's a really big fan base in Cardano, and obviously there is an H-bar too, but really big fan base in Cardano. We're going to get to Cardano here absolutely next. But like I said, those three projects I really feel are very, very cultish, especially with Elon and Doge. You have Charles Hoskinson, probably one of the biggest faces in all of cryptocurrency. He's always live. You always see his face. You always see what he's talking about.
He was on the original Ethereum team, wasn't he?
Correct. He was on the original Ethereum team. Vitalik, who we're going to talk about later as well with the Shiba dump. And then Gavin Wood, the Polkadot founder. All three of those guys were working on what is now Ethereum Classic. And they broke up with that. Charles brought Ethereum Classic with him for a very little bit, decided he wasn't going to work on that. He now started Cardano. So what Gavin Wood and what Charles Hoskinson did is actually put together everything that Ethereum is not. They knew their shortcomings because they were part of the team, and they went ahead and built projects that don't have the same shortcomings as Ethereum. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about Cardano, guys. A good transition there. Let's talk about Cardano and the ceiling. Tim, where do you see Cardano here in your weekly forecast and your yearly forecast? I'd love to know.
So pretty similar to the XRP community, like you said. Huge support base. I mean, if I ever say ADA is going to go down, I immediately expect to have a couple people telling me I'm an idiot and put the clown emoji. I get it.
Yes.
So, and that's okay. So right now, when I did this analysis, I did it this afternoon. It was trading at $1.86. Let's look at where it's at right now. ADA is $1.89. 7-day forecast, I put it at $2.10. And the reason I did this, at that moment in time, there was a lot of news about energy consumption. And I did a TikTok on it about, I was kind of personally a little bit annoyed because the promises of it being energy efficient, which it absolutely could be. I just haven't physically seen the data out. I like seeing data.
Yes.
Totally believe that it's possible, but I want to see it. So it did certainly go on a pump. Later on today, it hit, I think it was almost $1.97 it went up to since the time that I did it. So $1.86, it hit $1.97. I think in 7 days, it's going to hit $2.10. My 1 year forecast, I put it at 1776. Okay? Yeah.
That's a moonshot. I love it.
It is. It has been, since it came around in 2017, it's been gaining 0.62% on average every day since it came about. And now it's starting to get that high level interest. I mean, the fact that Elon is mentioning Cardano, I'm a little jealous, but it's getting that attention. And another thing, so I like to kind of see where my predictions stack up. Investor Place, they did a prediction of $4.57 by December this year, which if you kind of draw out the progression to 1776, it makes sense in a kind of like a parabolic pattern. So I agree with that. Where do you stand with ADA?
Awesome. One of the things that I really like to talk about with ADA and Cardano is how much is staked. That's when you see as much, I think it's like 75%, something like that. It's a humongous number. You can't even fathom that. 75% of circulating Cardano is staked right now. And that creates tremendous, tremendous stability in these volatile markets. So when you see a lot of projects dipping 20, 25% like we've seen, Cardano just doesn't get hit the same. The reason this time was I think there was some interest with maybe Cardano and Elon talking, the energy boom as well there. But I think on Coinbase this morning, it hit $2, hit $2.07. It went crazy on Coinbase for a second there.
Okay.
But I think that Cardano, with almost having 80% of it staked, I think it feels almost like a stable coin. I mean, obviously not as stable as a stable coin, but it feels very, very stable. It's got a great foundation. And when you see that much of a project staked, you know that there's a big following and that they trust it. So this Cardano is one of the the projects that I'm picking, especially if we go into this mini bear market, I'm going to hold probably a lot more Cardano. I'd even move some projects to Cardano if that's what it's looking like, because I think Cardano will hold a lot stronger and still have some gains as opposed to a lot of other projects. Obviously, Charles Hoskinson, a lot of people, just like Tesla, a lot of people trust they trust the jockey as opposed to the horse. Like I said, Charles Hoskinson being one of the best jockeys in my little analogy there, but one of the best in the game. He gets people to follow, to believe in them as well. I actually had a $12 Cardano end of the year prediction, so it is actually good to see even the math saying that 17 could certainly be a possibility. And I think this bull run, Cardano is going to do extremely well. Probably the best gains in the top 10, in my opinion, out of any project in the top 10, or even going to enter the top 10. I would put Cardano on the top there, especially. I don't remember where it started in this bull run, but we picked it up into the 2K to 1 million challenge for 35 cents, and it has carried us a long way over these past 96 days, maybe, that we're on, something like that. So I'm a big believer in Cardano overall, and I think Cardano is going to be the best performing top 10. So
nice. I think that's right. I want to touch ADA. So you and I have chatted sometimes about different ones. I think. And I want to point out to the group, I'm not accurate all the time. Short-term forecasts are really hard. And in my videos, I've gotten better at giving time frames to these different cryptos. It was a mistake and a learning curve for me. But one of my comments it was probably about 5 or 6 days ago, I said that ADA was going to dip. And I should have said, you could get a 10% discount if you wait a day, not it's going to dip. People interpreted that as like ADA is going to go down. And as a new TikToker, I can't delete videos because I'm building my page a bit. So I just take the heat,
Yes, that's the best way to do it.
I've gotten better when I say things are going to dip, and I'm going to put it in a line there. I mean, like, if you wait 2-3 days, you can get a 10%, 20% discount on it, because on a daily chart, it's hot. Ethereum, that one I got hate on it because, people said, I said it was going to go down, and it was 5 minutes after the video, and they're like, it's up. And in the next 30 days, the thing's going to have a massive cool off. So I got kind of lucky because it did it in the next 2 days. So, but yeah, everything's very relative to time. So
absolutely.
ADA, great. It's a great one.
Love it. Guys, make sure you guys go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys are here live on YouTube as well, you guys are getting absolutely crazy knowledge from Tim. Like I said, he loves to break down the numbers, and he uses percentages, and he translates things way out into the future. He gives you a 7-day and a 1-day forecast or 1-year forecast. If you guys didn't see on the thumbnail, he had the tornado and lightning around him. The CryptoWeatherman is giving you the forecast. So you guys better smash that damn like button. Okay. 8 to the moon 100%, 21st, bro. We'll get to some questions and answers later. The next we're going to take a little bit of a turn here. We are now going to talk about, now we've talked about all this utility that HBAR and Cardano and Ethereum and all these things have. Let's talk about the old doggy coin, Dogecoin. Do you believe, Tim, that Dogecoin can hit $1? Let me know.
I think it's going to hit $1, but I think it's going to be a brief touch, and then it's going to go away. Okay, and then this is going to kind of tie into my conversation about Shiba. You see my 1-year forecast of 0, and you see that I have 99 cents or 338. Okay, so the 338 is using the same level of technical analysis that I do for any other regular cryptocurrency. So on average, Dogecoin has grown 0.6% since 2013, which is extremely high number. I think it's bloated, but I don't see that happening. Okay, and without tons of experience in crypto, please correct me if I'm saying this wrong. But from what I gather, Doge is infinitely printed. There's an infinite supply of Doge. This is crypto classes kind of Alicia gave me kind of a download on how that works. But wherever there's an infinite supply, it's the same argument US dollar that we keep printing it, the value goes to 0.
Correct.
That's my opinion on Doge. So that's why I have it as 99 cents. I think it'll get up to $1 within the year, but I have it yellow because my confidence is extremely low on it. What if Elon wakes up tomorrow morning and says, I'm tired of talking about Doge? And he tweets, I hate Doge. The sell-off would be
Yes.
ridiculous. I mean, everybody would be tossing their bags with Doge. However, I'm also inclined to do my technical analysis and provide my 7-day forecast. When I was looking at it, it was trading at 38 cents. And I think that it's going to hit somewhere up around 84 cents, maybe the next 7 days. Right now, Doge is at 46 cents. So since when I did that prediction at 38, it's climbed 8 cents since then.
Yes.
So that's roughly I'd have to do like 10-20% gain in the course of about 10, maybe 8 hours, less than that. So
yes.
84 cents short term. If I made a video on Doge, and it was probably on Wednesday, and I said you need to consider taking profits. And the reason I said that was because on Saturday, I knew that every smart investor that had $1 million or $100,000 isn't going to contemplate whether it's going to hit $1. They're going to say, I just made $60,000 on my 100K investment. I'm going to take my profit. And that's what happened on Saturday. The whales started dumping. They took their profits and they walked away. I think the hype behind Doge is going to continue to carry it, but because it intrinsically doesn't offer much, you need to take profits when you're in the green. All right, done ranting.
Absolutely. That was a great Doge speech. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Doge as well. If you guys know, I'm not a big fan of Doge at all. Like I said, I'm a big fan of utility. I like projects that are really forward thinking. Sure, the Dogecoin, the Doge peeps can say that there is a little utility. And if Elon's looking at it, then sure, it might have some utility. Okay, fine. But the inflationary piece that Tim was talking about, the crypto weatherman who's in the house, make sure you guys smash that like button. We're getting more viewers on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash it as you guys join. But Dogecoin, over the course of a year, 5 billion Doge are added. So it adds to the supply. So that you as the investor have to keep buying in order to keep it at par, because there are a certain amount of that are mined a second, a day, a month, and 5 billion a year. I don't know what the math comes out to. That'd be something for Crypto Weatherman to crunch his numbers to find the day and the second and all of that. But like I said, it takes a decent amount of money to keep Dogecoin sustained where it's at, let alone pumping like crazy. And Tim talked about SNL as well. If you guys are brand new, we do have a lot of people in Begin Crypto who are brand new to the game. It is a common stock and crypto tactic. It's called buying the rumor and selling the news. So all the way up to the point of Saturday Night Live, the Elon pump was going on. So you saw it go from 25 cents all the way to 75 cents, and it pumped like crazy. And everybody thought it was going to keep going on through SNL. I, however, at 11 o'clock at night, shorted on KuCoin and made a quick buck, because if you're a veteran in the game, you know how this ends. It doesn't end at $1. I think Doge will certainly get to $1. And I think it'll be at that big ninth inning at the end of the bull run where you see dumb money coming from everywhere. I think you will see Doge hit $1. However, putting your life savings into something like Doge or something like Shiba, we're going to talk about next, is very, very risky. And it's especially risky if it's inflationary and if somebody owns half of the circulating supply, which is going to lead us into our next project. Yeah. And that is the alleged Doge killer, the Shiba Inu project. Now, Tim, tell us a little bit about how you feel about Shiba. Well, you're not going to tell us about how you feel. I'm going to tell you about how I feel, but he's going to tell you the text about it and a little more of what he's saying. So, Tim, take it away on Shiba.
I joined TikTok to help people, like I said at the beginning. I want people to know when to jump in and out of investments. That also includes telling you when I don't think you should jump in at all. Okay? Yes. And I don't care if it's popular or not. Don't jump into this. First of all, when I went, you see my numbers here. There's a whole bunch. I've got spreadsheets open, and I go do my magic stuff here. There's 4 days of data available for Shiba. As an investor, I don't like that little data. I can't make long-term decisions. So, there is nothing backing this zero here. I just believe it because if you look through my TikToks, I believe that there is going to come a day when I don't want to curse on live, when bad coins come to an end. And I think that's going to happen through a series of regulation. You see this coming through the news all the time. I mean, it's not just the SEC and the XRP. the government wants to get its profits. Institutional players wants to make their profits, and through regulation, and it'll happen slowly. It'll be one regulation, another, and before you know it, these little ones get taken out of the picture. So that's why my long-term forecast for Shiba is 0.
Wow.
And I hate saying this on live, but my job is to do math. And when I did this analysis, I don't even know how many zeros that is. It was at 18, okay? A bunch of zeros and 18. I feel like it's going to go up. And I think, you know, aside from the math, there's also a lot of hype behind it. You see it starting to trend. You know, I've been putting it in my TikToks to help them go a bit more viral, even though it's completely irrelevant. My 7-day forecast, I have it at a bunch of zeros and 45. Okay, so that is more than double. Now I see it, it's green, it's going up, but yellow because my confidence is relatively low on it. Shiba right now is a bunch of zeros and 2, so it is up. It's probably up about, that looks about 10, 15% since when I did these charts. And I think it's going to continue to go up. But just like Doge, it's going to dump. Don't be a bag holder, take profits. When you start feeling greedy, that's when you need to sell.
Absolutely. That is a very good analysis. And actually, Shib was funny. I was covering it very hard on YouTube. I was covering it very, very hard on TikTok, simply because I wanted to warn brand new people to the space that see a Shiba Inu, which is much like the Dogecoin dog. They think that they can automatically do the exact same thing. And what I did on TikTok, which is absolutely, I don't know how it worked out. Like I said, this was really, really lucky. The day before, which was 2 days ago now, I put out the TikTok talking about Vitalik owning 50% of the Shiba because he was gifted, and Shiba wanted to treat that as a burn. That's not a real burn. Somebody still holds 50% of the circulating supply and 100% of what they would say the liquid supply. So he held all of that, and everybody in the comments is like, "What do we care? Vitalik's a billionaire now. He's not going to dump on us." But little did they find out that he didn't dump on you. He didn't rug pull. Oh no, he did something you couldn't even get mad at him for. He donated $1 billion of his meme coins.
Which you don't know whether to be mad or happy with the guy.
Yeah. Katie Hardy says every Doge has their day, but all Doge go to heaven. I like it. But with Shiba and with Vitalik, he donated, and you can't be mad at him. He was trying to help the world. He donated to India, the COVID Foundation in India, in order to, you know, help with that cause. So you can't be mad at the guy. But that shows you a few things. The first thing is you guys have to do your research. You guys have to know what you're getting into, and you can't just blindly go into something because everybody else says. You have to do the research, because a lot of times that's when you become the bag holders, when you don't know what you're getting yourself into. The second lesson is that if somebody holds 50% of the bag, they can rug pull on you at any moment in time. And it just so happens I made the video right on time, the day before it actually happened, which actually this news came out a long time ago. For some reason, I was doing some research around SHIB and I saw that article. I'm like, this is a really important lesson in cryptocurrency. And a lot of people found out the hard way. Like I said, for me, I always talk about on TikTok hating these poo coins. Like I said, I do that for YouTube. They are something else, but they're poo. They are definitely poo. Yeah. But I mean, with poo coins and playing around there, playing in the poo, you can't, like I said, that's not where you want to stay for a long time. I know it's really nice for new investors to see 0.000 something, thinking that if it gets to a cent, they'll be a millionaire. But there are so many other pieces of the tokenomics of a project that people don't realize. It already hit a $10 billion market cap when it hit that 0.2 whatever, when it was going crazy, when it was, you know, already 17,000x. It was already at a $10 billion market cap. How much further do you think it could move, along with Doge holding up 40 billion of that market cap as well? It wasn't going to play out well. So we're getting a lot of good comments here. I can't wait to get to the Q&A. A lot of good questions. So, but like I said, Sheeb, I think, is dead. That's just my opinion. And I love that you said 0.
So as a I mentioned earlier, if you're new to this live and this first time you see it, I'm an economist. I believe in numbers. My emotional attachment to ADA and XRP and Shiba's projects is the same. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm an investor. And as an investor, this is an immediate no to me. Okay, because first of all, like you said, you got one person that can control the price. I don't like that. I don't like that Elon Musk can control the price of Doge.
Another great point.
That. I would rather go to one of these two projects because I am far more confident that eventually these numbers will play out rather than gamble with these two. How many people I had, I got a lot of comments. I predicted with Doge that it was going to drop, and I got a lot of hate for it. How many people posted that lost money? How many people posted in comments that they're bag holders, that they lost $1,000? You don't hear about those people. You only hear about the people that ended up making money. So if you're new to investing, stay away from these. Stay away.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, I love it. Absolutely. And I think you should find a lot, but there's projects with a lot more utility that you could find so much more value. And like I said, if you would have done your research and you got ADA at 1 cent, it's now at $200. There's your 200x. You just didn't get it with Shiba or Doge. Like I said, I mean, if you're early on some projects and you really HBAR, early HBAR peeps are doing well. A lot of people who have been early in cryptocurrency in general are doing really, really good, especially in these bull runs. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, you said, one last comment.
Sure.
Is if you're new to investing, patience. Have patience. That is as a new investor, I know you're just you want to sit there and you want to watch the charts and stuff like that. And I do it too. But if you wait long term, that's when you see these big 100x, 500x, 2x, whatever it may be. Don't look at the minute chart, zoom out, go get a snack, relax, leave it alone. If you're invested in a good project, it will moon eventually. My HBAR it's been sitting at 26 cents and it's been just dipping for weeks. I'm just like, oh, everybody probably thinks I'm an idiot on TikTok. But I've had faith in it. I've been playing with HBAR since it was 8 cents. So just have patience. If you're in a good project, it'll get there.
Absolutely. Right. That's a great point. That is a great point. And actually, HBAR was one of I think it was my number 2 pick in my top 6 this month. And actually, I learned a lot more of it from you. Like I said, I have so many projects in my head, and it's nice to see, to watch people, especially on TikTok too, that know a lot about a single project where you can pick their brains and get everything that you want to know, in a 1 minute little TikTok. So like I said, keep with the HBAR content. I really like it. So
thank you.
And some of your fans too. So
yeah,
I hope you're drinking Chega tea. Actually, this is a sweet tangerine tea. I'm a citrus guy, but thank you for that, Ramen Noodle. You're the man. Like I said, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. CryptoWeatherman is giving you everything. He's not holding anything back from you. He's giving you the 7-day and the 1 year forecast on all of these projects. The projects that are going absolutely crazy right now, or the ones that are dumping. He's telling you exactly what's going on. Donald Trump says, Hedera hash graph. Absolutely. I love it. We're going to be getting to your questions soon, guys. We're going to go to Ethereum. This has been one of your most popular, I think one of your most popular videos is on Ethereum. I think you get people the warning to sell, and you actually called that on the dip. There was a nice dip right after you, right before you, when you put that video up. Shortly after that video, there was a pretty solid Ethereum dip, which we haven't seen since about 2,500. Ethereum went from 22 to 42 in a linear fashion and didn't stop. And the RSI was telling you exactly, what you needed to see. And you told everybody, and they were salty, and then it came true. Tell us a little bit about that, Tim.
Yeah. So, and I don't have, like I said, I don't have any dislike for Ethereum. I honestly, I don't care. I think it's a great project. I think it's going to have a long run, but there's a lot of traders that you got to think you can go onto Robinhood and trade Ethereum. You don't actually own the coin, but you can trade. And so when I think about this is those traders that reached a high of 43.80. How many people jumped in at 43.80 and right now they're just at home and they're like, I'm down $1,000 right now.
Right.
Okay. And so, and you don't see those people post. But anyways, when I did this analysis, it was at 36.86. Right now, it's at 38.57, so it's starting to come up a little bit. However, I still do not feel that it has reached its low. And so this is looking at the monthly chart and the weekly chart, which is a much larger time frame. So let's actually look at Bitcoin for a minute, okay? Bitcoin is kind of like the head of the train. When it starts to turn, so does everything else, okay? Bitcoin went from 6,400, or I mean 64,000, and it reached all the way down to about 48,000, somewhere around there, 49,000. So that's roughly a $20,000 drop, and that's a 30% loss. In my mind, Ethereum is going to follow the same suit. You see some of the TikTokers where they say it goes Bitcoin, there's seasons, Bitcoin season, Ethereum season, large mid-cap altcoins, and then all your like smaller altcoins come around. It's in this cycle. Ethereum was hitting its high. I also want to say that it's not just RSI that I look at. There's about 6 different major indicators that I look at to make my decisions. But in terms of like doing TikToks in 60 seconds, RSI, I say it, and and then I take the heat. So I feel that my 7-day forecast, I put it at 32.41, and that's not my low. Based on previous dips, it usually dips for between 5 to 10 days, and so if it dipped at that consistent rate, I think that it could get as low as $3,066. I'm not saying Ethereum's bad. My long-term projection for Ethereum for 1 year is 85.25. On average, Ethereum has been around since 2015. On average, it's gained $13.25 every day on average. So there's where I pull these numbers out, because Ethereum has long-term data. I believe this. So I want someone, if they're thinking about jumping into Ethereum, I want you to jump in here. Not when it was 43.80. There's nothing worse than jumping into an investment and then for the next 7 days watching it turn red. It's terrible.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm a little more moon boyish on Ethereum. I am in the camp of about double that, about 15,000. I'm a 15,000 Ethereum. Now, I'm going to give you a few reasons, and give everybody a few reasons why that might not be the case. One of the reasons is, if they don't figure out this ETH 2.0 and this 1559 making Ethereum deflationary, I think that's the one piece that a lot of people underestimate, is once Ethereum becomes deflationary, it's going to make things very, very interesting. And I think that might be the thing that disrupts the math, the analytics and math a little bit, is once Ethereum becomes deflationary. Now, everything else I really agree with, because I'm seeing Uniswap fee. No matter what the amount of buy, the amount that you buy is, it is certainly. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Oh, that works. Never mind. My mic cut out for a second. But you could buy $70 on Uniswap, or you could buy, $7,000 on Uniswap, and when that fee is $200. When you're trying to buy something for $70, you obviously don't want to make that exchange. So people are going to go elsewhere. They go to the Binance Smart Chain. Hopefully, when Cardano gets smart contracts going and everything, they could go there. Or there's other places for people to run. But the other thing that I see, at least right now, that Ethereum has a really big hold on is NFTs. I don't see Binance. I don't see the Binance Smart Chain, other than Bakery Token, Bakery Swap. Other than that, on the Binance Smart Chain, I don't see a massive adoption with NFTs on Binance. It looks like it's a lot of Ethereum. I think if NFTs catch on as much as they will, and they're built on the Ethereum blockchain, I think Ethereum will be there will be a bigger use case for Ethereum in that regards. It still is slow. Like I said, the other thing is from moving from proof of work, which is the mining of Ethereum, which everybody's doing right now, translating to proof of stake, which is going to be the Ethereum 2.0. There's going to be some transitional issues there as well. But overall, if Ethereum does not figure out what they're going to do to transition from proof of work to proof of stake, if 1559 does not go as planned, I think you could see Cardano and Polkadot and HBAR and Solana and EGLD and a lot of these big solid layer ones, even Harmony, these layer ones that are looking really, really good, they could really take some market share, or even Binance BNB. they could take some market share from Ethereum. So that's the downside to Ethereum, like I said. But I think the ultimate upside is if 1559 goes well, the transition goes well from mining to staking. Like I said, there's, I think 20%, I think it was like 20%, something like that, of Ethereum is staked right now.
Yeah.
So there's some stability there, especially going into ETH 2.0. But if they do not figure it out, it's going to be a very, very bad rest of the bull run. Maybe almost Ethereum would almost be eliminated. Some people even comparing Ethereum, I heard it the other day too, Yahoo, obviously we know Google wins.
Yeah.
We know Google wins, but they were the one to start. And then other people.
I haven't, I have a theory in my head, and I won't post this just yet because honestly, my certainty is kind of low. I'd say it's mid, but one theory I've had is if we are about to enter into a massive bear market, is it going to be because of Ethereum? Because out of all the cryptos that I looked at 2 or 3 days ago, this one was the most bloated in terms of just sheer numbers. I mean, just pure bloat. But so some news articles with Ethereum. So Cointelegraph, there's a pro and a con to this dumping that's happened, this big drop. So your institutional investors, your whales, they're scared of it right now. So you're not going to see big ones come in because they just watched literally 25% wiped out. And I mean, that was like what, an hour?
Yeah,
I mean, it was like an hour. So your institutional investors are scared of it. The counter argument, though, is the retail investors. That's people like you and I. They see it as a buying opportunity. So there's going to be the bulls and the bears are really going to fight, and we're going to see what happens. I'm glad you mentioned Solana. So when I was talking with Alicia the other day, Solana has had one of the biggest daily average gains. It was at 1.3% since it came about. Huge. And I think a big part of it is getting into the NFT world and stuff like that. But another piece with Ethereum is on crypto news is new whale investors are aiming to get a piece of decentralized finance by buying Ethereum. So that's a very bullish indicator right there when you see articles of whales coming in. So if you're not in Ethereum already, so I always recommend long-term holds, just stay. But if you're not already in it, I would wait 2 to 3 days to see what starts happening with these indicators. I would not personally be jumping in at this point. From an investor standpoint, do your own research. My information should only be a piece of your information decision-making process. So
absolutely. Surely there. So let's go ahead. This is going to be a fun, quick little round I want to do with CryptoWeatherman. It's called buy or pass. And
let me pull up my crypto list here so I can look at a chart when you ask me. This is what I do during my lives if you stop by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I stop by as well. So, and we always support each other too. We always show up to each other's lives and check each other out and give the good value to our fans, each other. So, like, it's awesome to see as well. Like I said, I enjoy watching your forecasts as well because, like I said, I'm always looking for good picks. Like I said, especially in the week span for the 2K to 1 million challenge. So, like I said, he actually put me onto HBAR enough to make it my number 2 ranked coin. And turns out today was a good day for HBAR. So the big HBAR barbarians, right? HBarbarians.
Yeah, HBarbarians. Yeah, we're not like XRP cult, but we definitely, cling to each other.
Yeah, that's for sure. So are you ready?
I am pulling up. Which one are you going to talk about first?
I'm going to go down the order from the top 10, or from the top 10, and I'll go out just outside of the top 10 as well.
Okay, so are you going to start with Bitcoin? I'm imagining.
Yes, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. I'm going to go through the top 10, and then I'm just going to kind of cherry pick a couple that our fans really like.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with Bitcoin.
Let's do it.
Is a $50,000 Bitcoin a buy or a sell or a pass? Excuse me, buy or a pass?
So right now, the long-term MACD is in the negative. It's below the 0 point. I do not think this is the low for Bitcoin. I think it could come back down. I think you can probably get a better price, maybe around 47 or 48. RSI is sitting at about 40. It is pointing northward a little bit, so you may see a tiny uptick. That's what's going on right now. But the candlestick patterns They have dipped below the 20 and 50-day moving averages. They have not dipped below the 100-day moving average, which they're all starting to turn. So that's indicative that we could have another drop. So if you want to jump into Bitcoin now, be prepared to dollar cost average. Don't put your whole investment in right now, because you may be able to get it at a lower price, say at 47 or 48, and there your average price, you know, if you got 50 and 47, well, your average price now is 48.5 is what you paid for it as a whole. So it's a better deal. You don't have to come as far up to walk away profitable. So that's my recommendation is I think it's going to dip a little bit more, especially with the turbulent news that's coming out.
Awesome. YouTube, by the way, make sure you guys smash that like button. We still have 16 viewers in the house. Make sure you guys smash that like button for us. We're doing the forecast right now, guys. We're doing buy or pass. We just started at Bitcoin if you guys are just following us as well. So we have right now, by the way, Crypto Weatherman, for our new beginners, will you explain to them what dollar cost averaging is? Because a lot of people ask me and they look at me dumb when I say you guys should dollar cost average into these projects through the bear market. They're like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Okay. So here's a real simple example. Say you've got a cryptocurrency and it's at an all-time high of $10. You don't want to buy it at $10. You wait for it to dip and you buy it at, we'll say, $5. Okay. So you spend half your money buying it at $5, but then it continues to go down to, we'll say, $2. You use the other half for another third, whatever it is, to buy it at $2. Your average cost, so $5 and $2, is now $3.50. Your total purchase has an average of $3.50. That way, when it comes back up, it only has to reach $3.51 for you to be profitable. Whereas if you had put all your money at $5, you would have to reach at least $5 again to be profitable. Okay, so it takes a lot of work out. Don't dump all your money at once. Buy the dip, continue to buy until it starts to bounce back again. And there's different ways you could do 50-50. You know, you could do 50-30-20. That's how I do it usually. But that's a very simple explanation of what dollar cost averaging is.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That was put very, very well. If anybody's just coming in, I'll explain it to you really easy. Buy consistently at keep a certain price, buy consistently over a long period of time. So when Ethereum goes to 5,000, you'll buy some at 5,000. If it goes down to 3,000 and you're just buying every week or every month, you're buying at that price. Like I said, over the long term, you're probably going to get a better price than if you just jumped in once at a time. So like I said, just buy good projects weekly or monthly. That is my advice. Like I said, I've had a $60 per week buying Ethereum every week on clockwork. Don't even think about it. Yeah. For example, on Coinbase. And then when I see other projects that I want to get into, obviously I get into them there. But like I said, Bitcoin and Ethereum are two projects that I do that I just let them buy every week for the end of time. So
yeah, it's a lot easier to dollar cost average and in these solid projects that have long-term uptrends than it is to dollar cost average and these meme coins that really don't follow any rules.
Correct.
So dollar cost average absolutely doesn't work with Shiba, and it's very tough to do with Doge. So if you're new, it's not don't do it. Just don't buy them.
Just don't do it. Love it. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. We have a 38.50 right around 38.50. Is Ethereum a buy or is it a pass?
Pass. So right now we went through Bitcoin season a little bit ago. Bitcoin season will come again at some point. I think Ethereum has hit its peak when it was at 43.80. It has since been cooling down the last 2 days. The MACD looks very bearish to me. So in terms of candlesticks reading, when I see the candlesticks above the 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages, there comes a point it wants to dip at least below one of them, if not two of them. Worst case scenario, all three. So this one I feel is going to continue to come down the next couple of days. And that's, like I said, I think it'll be temporary, 7 days, somewhere around $3,200. I think you can get a better price if you're patient with it. Long term, I think and you had a moonshot of somewhere around, I think, 15K for it, which is possible. As from a math side, I think 8,500 in 1 year. And I'm going to say this right now: if we're doing these predictions, my short-term forecasts are about. I literally hold myself accountable. There's a CryptoWeatherman accuracy video, and there's been calls that I've been wrong, but I bet about 70% on my short-term forecast and about 90% on my long-term. So this is how I feel. Do your own research.
That is very true. Binance BNB, just under $600. Is it a buy or is it a sell?
Pulling it up.
Sounds good.
All right. So this one, so just how I was talking about Ethereum, we have the first candlestick getting under the 20-day moving average, which is a good sign. The MACD is looking very bearish, and the RSI is looking around 51. So when it's at 50, that means that the price could go up or down. It's really hard to decide there. But the MACD is what's pushing me more bearish. This one, if you want to jump in, I would be prepared for a dollar cost average on this one. I give it a neutral to a buy.
Neutral to a buy. Love it. Dogecoin, 48 cents. I'm actually going to grab a charger really quick. You tell them about Doge. Give me 1 second. So Doge, buy or pass?
So I don't like Doge personally. However, long term, I think it's got a very good possibility of hitting 99 cents to $1. I think it'll touch there. My 7-day forecast on that one, it does have a habit of following its price floor. So it kind of crossed a little bit yesterday, but it seems to be right back on track. I think it's going to hit somewhere around 84 cents in the next 7 to 10 days. The MACD is looking a bit bearish. However, I don't find that to be consistently accurate with Doge just because of the hype and the rallies behind it. So this one, I put a red because my level of certainty compared to stable projects is a bit lower. So for this one, I think it's at a buy. And I hate saying it. I hate saying it.
Absolutely. That one sounds, yeah, that comes kind of tastes like vinegar coming out, doesn't it? Cardano, $1.89. Are you a buy or are you a sell on Cardano right now?
All right, let's pull up ADA. I think that this is a buy. When I did my forecast earlier, it was $1.86, and this was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was trading at 210, and I had a prediction of 210. Right now, it's at $1.89, so it has been gradually coming up. The height behind it, considering that it is considered to be one of the more energy efficient ones, is what has caused this major pump. I think that is going to be a very stable number to reach to. The MACD is extremely bullish. It's pointing straight up, and I don't see any signs of it faltering. It does a very good job of following its price floor. You're at the candlestick patterns. You have like a bullish engulfing that occurred, and your RSI has been wanting to like play around with the 70 line, which is very indicative of long-term growth. So this one, I think that it's a little bit high, but I think it's going to continue to go up. It's a buy for me.
Love it, love it. The next one, I'm gonna go ahead and skip XRP. We talked about XRP a little bit here on the show. I'm gonna go to the brand newcomer, the number 8.
I don't even have that chart pulled up. Let's take a look.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look.
I haven't even looked at it.
The brand new number 8 internet computer, ICP.
Give me a moment.
Unbelievable.
I got it. There it is.
$38 billion market cap out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Love it.
All right, and then the trading at 322. Okay, so I never want to give a forecast that I don't have some degree of certainty. It only has 4 days of data on TradingView. So I'm going to give you an hourly forecast, a 1-day forecast where I think it's going to go. But as a numbers person, I don't like things without lots of data. So looking at the hourly chart, this is my first time taking a look. The MACD is extremely bullish, and the RSI is very bullish. It hit, this is at 2300 universal time, whatever that is. And it's been just going up since then. I think there's going to be a breakaway a little bit later on this one. So I'm not going to offer a buy or sell on this because I don't want to mislead someone. I do feel like it's going to go up, particularly these new novel ones people get interested in. So do your research on this one and decide if the project is for you. I'm sorry, I just don't want to mislead people. You got a lot of people watching.
Nope. I completely respect it. Like I said, it's so new that, man, that's crazy. But let's go to Polkadot. A lot of people talking about Polkadot. Like I said, I think Polkadot could have a better, it should have a decent summer as we see the parachain start to launch here. But $41 is a $41 Polkadot undervalued, overvalued, or do you think it's holding right where it should? Buy or
I am looking. So this one's been fluctuating quite a bit. It reached all the way down to $32 yesterday, but then it also has had a high of 42. So this one is just kind of like consolidating in my mind, which normally when you see cryptocurrencies consolidating, the longer they do that, the bigger the boom. Okay, so I
yes.
mean, for Hedera, it consolidated for 302 painful days, and then it exploded. And you see these examples through several cryptos, so that's a good sign to me. The MACD looks like it has plenty of room to run, and the RSI looks like it has plenty of room to run. I absolutely think that this would be, probably a good buy. It's trading at 41. It had a high of 48 back on the 17th of April. So could it hit that again? Absolutely. It's been respecting its price floor. So I consider this one a buy. If it dips, buy a little bit more at the dip.
Dang. Yeah, no, I'm with you there too. Now, what about number 10, Bitcoin Cash? Now, I put out a video recently on YouTube, guys, about Bitcoin Cash, and I got a lot of hate for it. I said it basically had almost no utility. I was on there saying that Bitcoin is serving its purpose as a store of value, and Bitcoin Cash is trying to make Bitcoin essentially a currency. And I got a lot of pushback for that, but I'm still going to hold my ground and say that Bitcoin Cash is almost, in my opinion, a dead project, because I think there are going to be plenty of other projects that do it much better than Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And if it weren't for Bitcoin and resting on all of their laurels of limited supply and big network, Bitcoin Cash wouldn't be where it's at. So sorry, I'm a Bitcoin Cash hater in terms of the fundamentals and utility of it. But now I'm going to let CryptoWeatherman be the very neutral party and show you exactly what's going on the actual text. Because for what it's worth, it does well in bull runs. I said that earlier. It does do well in bull runs. But go ahead.
Long term looks as doing great. I have to say, like, that was a new experience because I'm so new to TikTok. Like, learning how to deal with haters. There's like the first night, I'm like, wow, maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. But all right. Yeah. So Bitcoin Cash, no idea what it really does, but just from a purely technical standpoint, I do think that this one is going to dip for the next 3 to 5 days. The candles look like they want to come below the 20-day moving average. The MACD is also looking very bearish, and the RSI looks like it's flipping. It's sitting at 54 right now, wanting to come down. It had on the 12th of May what's known as a bearish engulfing pattern. So that's basically a big, long red candlestick. And when that happens, you can darn well bet that there's going to be more. So yeah, it's uptick the last 2 days, but they're so tight. It's literally what's known as like a shooting star right now. They're kind of like what I consider a fake out. So I think this one is a not a buy. I think this one's a hold. Wait 3 to 5 days if you're considering to jump in. Do that. I will say, without doing a long-term analysis, it's been very bullish. I'm looking from December 2020 when it was trading at $268, somewhere around there in December 2020, and now it's sitting at 1,258. So long term, it's got really nice numbers to it. But my whole point is, I think that you can get a discount if you wait till later in the week.
Awesome. Casey Will, like I said, I don't want to get into Q&A yet, but he did ask, what website are you looking at these stats from?
TradingView. I will flip my camera just for a moment.
Please do.
I think I can do that. Flip camera. Oh, I've got
your green screen on. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my green screen. I'm sorry. TradingView. So You can, it's free. It has hundreds of indicators on there. And like you can like multiple lists and compare different, cryptos and stocks. Sometimes I get crazy and I go back to the stock world and see what's going on. But TradingView, there is a paid version. I do the paid version, and I actually set my alerts not based on price. Generally, I don't care about price. I have my alerts set on MACD and RSI. So like if HBAR RSI hits 95, I'll be getting a ringtone at midnight. So that's how I set it.
Love it. We're going to go ahead and sneak out. I know your feelings about Solana. We all know about Solana. I feel like I missed the boat on Solana. I watched it just absolutely explode. My 2K to 1 million challenge would have been different. Token Metrics is a software that I use, and it was telling me Solana and Luna, make sure you buy those. And I'm like, nah, I don't feel those. I think there's other projects. Tried to outsmart the reporters from.
Yeah. Let's VeChain is one of the few that I'm invested in. Also, aside from Hedera, I really like VeChain. Anytime you start talking supply chain, like I just start seeing dollar signs float around. That's me personally. But from a math side, the candlesticks have dipped below the 20-day moving average. They did go below the 50, but it immediately shot right back up. The MACD's looking pretty bearish, and the RSI, it was dipping for a while. But the long-term trend is the RSI has not wanted to really drop below the 43 point, which it did that on the 12th of May. And so I feel like this one's going to turn.